What's up, everybody? Welcome to THESPIANWERX with Anthony Velvet Hall. I'm your host, Anthony Velvet Hall, representing the Stallion Squad Fitness. I am a Stallion Squad Fitness ambassador. Yes, indeed. And if you want to know more about this, please be sure to log on to www.stallionsquad.com and use the discount code Velvet10 to find out how you can get a great discount on a lot of wonderful Stallion Squad gear. So, um, this is the first show of our second season, and I've got a really great guest on here tonight. Somebody I've known for years, professionally and personally. So it's really cool to have him on, and I am about to bring him on right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this man right here has always been a guy full of big dreams, never afraid to go against the grain and stand on his shield, no matter what his pursuits have been. I have known him as an entertainer, as a filmmaker, but most importantly, I've always known him as a friend. So it's my distinct honor to bring to THESPIANWERX with Anthony Velvet Hall, my good friend, the CEO of HyperReel Filmworks himself, Mr. Don Harper. What's happening, man?
Hey, man, I appreciate that. Thanks a lot.
Hey, no problem, man. How you doing, bro?
Hey, I'm doing well. Life is life, but I take it every day as like a grain of salt.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Tell the viewers a little bit about your background and what sparked your interest in filmmaking.
Um, well, I've always been a creator. Even with my younger days, my heyday, I've created uh, dance steps for family members, friends. But I'm gonna tell you, Anthony, I'm gonna give you a little insight that not a lot of people know about.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in third grade, my teacher had an assignment where we had to write a book, and we had to publish this thing. It was hardbound, uh, illustrated, and everything. And
Right.
she invited our parents to come in to view our creations. And something stood out about my book. She was so in awe about my book, and I was like, as a kid, I'm listening to her talk to the class and to my mother, and I'm like, wow, I didn't know I did that well. The book was about my father. He's a fireman, and I just told about his life and our daily interactions, and it just garnered a lot of attention, and so from that moment, I just knew I had a gift with writing. Uh, going back to when I was a musician, when I wrote lyrics, I really engulfed myself into that creative process. Whatever it may be, I just took hours reading, researching, and some of the times just digging deep into my soul. But as a filmmaker, the thing that made me want to realize that I want to be a visionary is when I wrote those lyrics, I always visualized the video. It's just like most of the time I hear something like music, I visualize how I see things.
Right.
And then I wrote for we'll go back to this, but I wrote for a publication, making community news, and did a piece about this local filmmaker from Fort Valley, William Adams. Salute to William Adams. Gave me my first role as an indie actor.
Mm-hmm.
But going on that set, seeing the creative process and the equipment, I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. So that gave birth to my filmmaking endeavors.
Okay. All right. Well, nothing wrong with that. So I know you from being part of a rap group. A lot of people don't know me and Don and another friend of ours, Robert Samuels, used to rap together in a group called the Players Club. That was our hip hop name, going across Middle and South Georgia, doing talent shows and getting banned because we was winning a bunch of them and stuff. But
Like,
it's the truth. I'm not trying to blow smoke up nobody but and not like that. It's just facts.
yeah,
I'm sure you remember the night we went to Dublin and we I think we placed third behind like the other two people,
yeah.
but we walked out the club and somebody was trying to battle us. It was crazy.
You know
That
what?
was bananas. Yeah,
We might have won third, but out of that category, those categories, when it came to hip hop, the rap, we
yeah,
won.
yeah,
The
yeah.
first and second might have been R&B or something, but hip hop, we shut it down.
Yeah, that's what we did. That's just how we did it, man.
Yeah.
We just put it down like that, and definitely did stuff like that. And now you turned your creative juices over to your filmmaking, and one of the things that you really have been putting a lot of energy that's really prominent is this project that you have called 60 mph. Now talk to me about that.
60 miles per hour. 60 miles per hour is a brainchild of mine. It's it was a challenge. It was a project on some site, and they said the subject matter was going to be a clock. And my creative brain, my juices start flowing. I'm like, what can I do to represent a clock? And something hit me. The tortoise and the hare. I'm disclosing the little stuff right here, and I want the people to know
Yeah.
when they see it, they're gonna be like, "What is this about?" But the tortoise and the hare, time, uh, really is. They were in a race, but I kind of took that and based it loosely off that man versus time.
Right,
And since time is the antagonist, and the guy he's in a rush to get somewhere, so I used that premise to create 60 miles per hour. And not only that, I'm a stickler for people speeding. I don't like people speeding all the time on the roads. It's like, you can see somebody speeding behind you in your rear view, and then the next thing you know, you're at the same red light. It's like,
right.
what's the purpose? I mean, you about to kill yourself to get to where you're going, and really, you can't cheat time. You really
Right.
can't. Either you're gonna harm yourself or harm somebody else. So it's like as being in the military, I just plan prior, and I make time to be on time. I take the time to I always prepare myself to be on time, so I don't have to speed. So it's like it's a socially relevant movie because it deals with distracted driving and speeding. And I think this film needs to be done. And I really wanted to do it a little different, but being that the pandemic happened and I was crunching time, and people had been in the house for a year, and when they got out, they was ready to hit the road. So
Right.
it's like, wow, my plans to shoot the scenes on the road was kind of swayed. So,
Mhm.
I had to really do my editing, which is taking the film so long because I'm practicing my editing and doing it in an artistic way where people can still
Right.
appreciate the film. So, yeah, pretty much. I don't want to give all everything away, but it's a unique film. It's like I said, it started out as a project from some site that I was reading, and I like, let me do this as a short. Let me go ahead and make this because socially relevant films need to be out right now.
Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. Now we start talking about 60 miles per hour, and we talk about the premise of time, man versus time. That's one of the many like four major conflicts
Yeah,
that that all men have or all humans have, instead of just saying men or man as a species, I guess you could say
correct.
that. Now when you start talking about bringing this movie together and creating it, what was probably the most I mean, up to this point, up to the editing part, what was the most difficult part about creating this movie?
The driving scenes, the driving
Okay.
scenes, because one of my favorite films, Smokey and the Bandit. Um, I like the way they took the camera angles from inside the car
Mm,
to him barreling around a corner, a curve, and coming straight towards the camera.
right.
And being an independent filmmaker, you don't have that budget to shut down streets.
Right.
So during the pandemic, it was awesome because I remember going to Atlanta, and I was like one of the few people on the road at the time. And I promise you, Anthony, I had the road dang near to myself.
Mm.
It was like it was a euphoria. It was like, man, I never rode all the way from Macon to Atlanta with no traffic jam. I mean, it was surreal. And
Now,
so
did you take 75?
I took 75.
Okay.
At this time, people were scared. They were scared to come out.
Right.
I took advantage because I know the significance of being a businessman. You have to challenge the status quo and do things that other people are afraid of. So I was taking flights to Indianapolis. That's when I did the Real News. I met this lady online who was hilarious, and I said, you know what, we got to get together and we got to film something because I think this is pertinent, and we're gonna get back to my sitcom LMAO, laughing my ass off, and we're gonna do a lot more skits. I'm working on that now. But that was one that sparked that creativity juice on that. She was so hilarious, man, and the stuff that she said, I was like, I have to come to Indianapolis. We got to do something. So, during that time, I felt like, look, it's do or die. So, back to your question, that was the hardest part. I wish I could have done it when the roads was least congested, but getting people out during that time, it was like it was real iffy because you don't want to put anyone in harm's danger if and jeopardize anything. So yeah, the driving scenes was the most difficult part of that film.
Okay. All right. Well, I know that you are an actor. Um, you've done some things in some pretty big movies. Black Panther. I saw you doing your thing in that. And something that I ask a lot of actors, no matter what their status is, background role, principal actor, supporting actor, whatever. What would be your dream role?
You know what? I would like to and I don't. Before I say this, I don't believe in remakes.
Right.
That's why I got into filmmaking also, because I got tired of Hollywood remakes. It's like, if it's a classic, leave it alone.
Leave it alone. That's right.
Just because you got, you know, CGI. When CGI is good for some remakes, like superhero films, I think does them justice because
Mm-hmm.
it expands the mind and creativity process. It blows the audience away. But
Right.
you're talking about a dramatic film or something that already just it's a classic, timeless. I mean, don't touch it. But one role that I would love to play is New Jack City, Nino Brown. I would like to do a prequel to that film to tell a story about how everything came about. Even with,
Right.
when he killed the detective mother who was played by Ice-T.
Right.
I'm actually creating a script for that film, and I want to.
Okay.
So, I think that would be a great a body of work for me. Also, I played a lot of people like to see me play detectives. So I guess a detective role or something would be up my alley.
Okay. All right. Now, when it came to casting, 60 miles per hour, was that challenging, or did you was it easy to find people? Um, was it easy to cast people that reflected the characters that you created for the movie?
Um, I'll say this: I believe in casting the right people for the right part. I don't believe in rushing and just because you are in a social group with people who do film or thespians. I don't think that, hey, you my buddy, do this. You have to be right for the part with me, you
Right.
know. And casting for 60 miles per hour, um, I did substantial amount of research. As far as the characters go, I think I picked people who I saw who could fit that in the realm of the body of that work. So yeah, I think people are going to be blown away about the from the characters that I chose. But I'm gonna tell you the biggest um, hurdle with choosing people who you think are the best person for that role, but are not seasoned veteran actors. You know, people that you are molding.
Right.
That's a challenge because a true actor knows it's not about acting; it's about creating that person. And getting people to understand that is really challenging because they try too hard. You know, they try too hard to try to be the person that they think instead of creating that person.
Right.
You know, that's what I realize as an actor. You have to create. You have to look in the mirror and rehearse and change your voice and do certain things to bring that character alive. Now, just reading the lines and trying to, you know, that's mundane. That's you know that's trying to fit in the mold of acting. So that was one of the biggest challenges. Biggest challenges I would say is taking people who are not veterans or even seasoned or even just been in that realm of acting and giving them a script and being like, okay, I think you have the image that I'm looking for. So, you know, and then with this, I really didn't push the actors per se like a director would. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted them to just bring it. You know, you see what I'm saying? I wanted them to see if they made any flaws for themselves because this is a project that it's not one of my biggest projects. It's a project that I want to influence people who have a passion to act. Because when I did my first role, I looked back and I said, you know, I could have did this, I could have did that. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted them to really look and reflect on how they can better themselves.
Okay, that's pretty cool. That's really good. That's a really good answer. Um, One of the things that I like to do a lot of times is I like to rehearse lines, get them memorized, and then find a point in my acting when I can just really inject a little bit of my own personality into it so that it sounds natural.
Yeah,
As somebody who is attempting to mold actors, do you have any specific techniques that you use in order to get them to feel more comfortable playing the roles?
yes. I studied a few actors from the golden age of Hollywood. One of my favorite is James Cagney. And if anybody knows anything about James Cagney, it's the subtle movements that he makes that brings the character to life. And that's what I tell them. Be embody the character, which uh, 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 anything that mesmerizes the audience. Those subtle little movements, it makes it more entertaining. So that's some of the advice that I give my cast is to create something that nobody's seen before, and if they've seen it, try to remix it, add your little spin to it, because those little subtle nuances, those are the things that people remember. You know, it's like you think about when I think about stuff like James Cagney and Tupac and Juice. You look at the best parts of those movies, how the body movement, the facial expressions. It's not all about what you say; it's how you relay it. You know, and that makes for a very cinematic moment. So those are the types of advice that I give on set. Sometimes they might overdo it. You know, people might not see your vision, so you you have to replay it to them and let them see how you would want this to be played out. Uh, so yeah, that's pretty much that in a nutshell.
Okay. All right. Now, we talked about 60 miles per hour. We talked about your origins as a filmmaker. So we talked about your past. We talked about your present. So now we have to delve into the future. And when we start talking about the future of Don Harper, we have to talk about Cinescape, the new streaming television channel.
You know what?
So enlighten us. We've heard bits and pieces about this channel on social media. We've heard things there have been talks of people submitting content and everything. So I mean, you know more about it than I do, so please enlighten the audience about all things Cinescape.
Audience, pay attention. Like a wise man once told me, take the cotton out of your ears and put it in your mouth. It's time to listen. Cinescape TV. It was going to be on the wraps, Anthony. It was going to be on the wraps. I didn't want my name affiliated with it because it's such a huge project. And it's like, I don't want people to be like, and you know what you know what I'm getting at.
Right.
I don't know why people are so apt to be like, I'm not going to support him. I don't want to do it. Want to do it, but don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm doing this to help people.
Right.
You know, God gave me this vision. The Most High gave me this vision. He gave me the opportunity. It's an independent platform for independent filmmakers, content creators to share their work. As the name implies, sin, escape. Sin, cinema, motion picture, X, the unknown variable, the unknown filmmaker. Escape from the ground up. I'm building it from the ground up for you all. And trust me, I do this to help people. I'm not, braggadocious. I'm not trying to be like, nah, I'm doing this for, I remember when I made my first music video for this artist, PDP, Feel the Prophet from Making Good. And the guy came to me, he had a streaming platform. I ain't asked no questions. I'm like, shit. Excuse my French. Yes. What do I sign? Because I knew the overall gist of the thing. Right. If I can put this in front of people who see it, then I'm doing myself a justice. I don't care about the man who created the platform. He's helping me. We're helping each other.
Right.
And that's what I want people to see. And that's the biggest hurdle at starting a streaming platform, is because people get so attached to their creativity. There's nothing wrong with being attached to your creativity. But you're going for Netflix, HBO, all these big platforms. And we have to understand that creativity and content is oversaturated. So you got people with huge budgets who are going to get the attention of those platforms way before somebody with a micro budget. So the ones with the micro budget, I'm like, look, come to Cinescape TV. You do the research. How many people have a Roku device? If you share it, people who are already on it share it, you're going to get notarized. You know what I'm saying? And if you believe in your creativity, Netflix is going to come to you. You don't have to go to them. So we got to really look at the bigger picture, and look at the people prior to us. The people prior to us that really are like icons, Master P, P. Diddy, they didn't rush out to sign a contract. They made a notch for themselves, and the people came to them.
Right.
So that's, with Cinescape, that's one of the biggest hurdles that I'm battling right now, is like, who are you? I already trying to get to Netflix. I'm trying to get to HBO. And it's like, okay, it's millions of people trying to get to HBO, and I got a streaming platform.
Right.
Welcome. You're welcome. I'm actually trying to put some money back into your pocket so you can have a bigger budget to produce another film. If you believe in yourself and your content is doing good and you're getting the impressions, that you should get, and I'll send you the analytical data to prove that how your content is performing. Not only that, it's free for a limited time, and then I'm going to subscription-based plans. So you get a percentage of the subscription also. So you get front end and back end deals.
Right.
So I'm not offering you $1 million like Netflix, but hey, if you believe in your content, you don't have to wait in line in that congested traffic, like going to 75 to Atlanta. You can bypass all that. You can share it to your friends, your family. This is global. I got a young guy overseas. He's happy. He's excited. I can't wait. Nice film, great film, great cinematography. So, it's you have those points in business that are good days and bad days. But one thing about me is, I'm not gonna quit. Failure is not an option. It's like I'm gonna keep striving to be the better me. So to those, I have something to say to those naysayers and all those who feel like this is not. Once the ball is rolling, the door was open. The door was open. So, I would say just take advantage of opportunities that precede you, that can help build your career. And if you're that protective of your creative content, it's proper paperwork that can be done to remedy all of that, and you can still be successful. Because I don't like I tell everyone, you have exclusive rights to your content. I just need you to understand that this platform is for the independent filmmaker,
right,
content creator, and you can make a notch for yourself in this game that we're all in. And that's pretty much Cinescape TV. Email me, information@cinescapetv.com. Let's do business.
That's what's up. Don Harper, CEO of HyperReel Filmworks, the man doing his thing with Cinescape. Tell our fans how they can find you on social media.
Okay, you can find me on Facebook at HyperReel Filmworks. Also, you can Instagram, same name, HyperReel Filmworks. Let's see. I'm pretty much HyperReel Filmworks across the board. I'm really branding that name and trying to blow it out of the water. Cinescape TV, we're new on the social media platform, so I got commercials in the pot. So you're gonna see a lot of commercials, working on billboards. A lot of promotion and ads are gonna come about with Cinescape. This thing is global. I got connects all over the world. So I've received a couple submissions already. And 4th of July, Independence Day, is the day I want to premiere the channel with content so we can celebrate our independence, truly independence as content creators and filmmakers. So look for that. Google me. Google my name. You'll find a plethora of things that I worked on. Like Anthony said, background acting, Black Panther. Man, I done did every black movie, probably big movie. I done played some background. Aretha Franklin. I done been in the Genius thing on National Geographic, which was awesome. I mean, what's the name of the place? The Fox Theater. First time was at the Fox Theater. Beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah, just Google me and you'll find a lot of links to my sites, and they'll take you there in an instant.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Well, hey, anytime you got anything you want to promote, be it Cinescape, be it 60 miles per hour, be it any kind of film or any kind of acting or entertainment endeavor or business endeavor, you are more than welcome to come back to THESPIANWERX to talk to the fans and the audience about anything you want to talk to them about.
I am honored. We definitely gotta work. I got some
Yeah, definitely,
we got
definitely. That goes without being
things
said.
in the pot for real. And
No doubt.
don't forget about Cityscape. I want
Oh
you to
yeah,
I need thespian works. The people need thespian works. And
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to hear. And trust me, once I get off here and finish doing everything I got to do, I have the email with the information and all that kind of stuff on how to make a submission. So once I'm done here tonight, I'm gonna actually send you something so we can get that ball rolling.
okay, sounds great. Sounds great. I'm
All
excited.
right, man. All right, man. Thank you so much for being on my show, man. I appreciate you being on here.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Salute to the
Um,
real.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody, this has been Thespian Works with Anthony Velvet Hall. Before I jump off here, just let me say a couple of things. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you to the King Network on Roku and its CEO Lee Williams for supporting the first season of Thespian Works. If you want to see the first season of Thespian Works, you have a Roku player, be sure to check out the King Network on Roku. CEO Lee Williams, really great guy, Mr. Today. Trust me, I definitely got to get him here on the show as well. Thank you so much to Stardom 101 magazine for the write up about me and Thespian Works. It was a pleasure talking to them, and it was an honor being in their publication. And another thing that I have to verbally say that you may have seen the graphic for somewhere, Thespian Works, the audio version of Thespian Works can now be heard on Spotify, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Castbox, Anchor, Pocket Cast, and Radio Public. You can also check out Thespian Works and past episodes on www.thespianworks.com. And you can check us out here on Facebook Live either Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on when the interview happens at 9 p.m. All right. Be sure to like and subscribe to this show on all video and audio streaming networks. And if you want to be a guest on Thespian Works, please be sure to email us at psychosis at yahoo.com. That is SYKHOSIS at yahoo.com. Once again, thank you so much to my guest, Don Harper. All the best of luck in the world to him, to HyperReel Filmworks and Cinescape. This has been Thespian Works with Anthony Velvet Hall. And remember those three things I always tell you guys. Life is short, death is certain, and be sure to love on the people God gives you because one day he's going to want them back. All right? Peace and love, y'all. Take care.